Welcome in, guys. I'm getting the stuff washed. So we have cauliflower that needs to go in the wash water. We have right now our peppers in there, our sweet potato, and I did have a cucumber, but it was bad. So the cucumber is not in there. Hello. So yeah, all we have is our peppers in there and our sweet potato, and then we're gonna add our cauliflower in there, and I'm gonna rotate those out so I can rinse them off. If anybody does not know, hi, my name is Kendra. I'm a plant-based lifestyle strategist, and today we're gonna be cooking a quick sheet pan recipe. It's not difficult at all. Anybody can do it. It's a quick, easy meal for, like, if for instance you want to go plant-based and you know you don't have a lot of time after work, you know that you don't want to have to deal with the struggle of figuring out what to cook, how long it's gonna take, and maybe you don't even have enough time to be in the kitchen. Because I know, for instance, there's a lot of times where, like, I come home and I'm already, like, it's running, 9, 10 o'clock, or even 8 o'clock, just depending on when it is. And it's like, I don't have time to be cooking. So this is something easy that you can go ahead and prep for, because I always wash my vegetables and fruits beforehand. But I'm currently not at home, as you can tell. And so, I did not have time to prep beforehand like I usually do. But however, I'm showing you how easy it can be for you to just do this and start from scratch. So I do have it already in the water. All I do is wash my fruits and vegetables in lemon juice and baking soda, or I'll use apple cider vinegar and baking soda, or vinegar and lemon juice. It really just depends. It varies. Sometimes I throw all of it in there. It really just depends, but I scrub it down, and then that's just, boom, it's done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop up our peppers. We're gonna chop up our sweet potato. We're gonna put our chickpeas in the air fryer, because I do like them as crispy as you would make, like, croutons. But if you're fine with, like, semi-crisp, or if you have enough time to let it sit for longer in the oven, you can put them all on the sheet. I've done it before. It still tastes delicious, but I want mine to be super crispy, so I am gonna put them in the air fryer. But they can go on the sheet with everything else. Literally, this is a one sheet pan meal, super easy. I wish I had more sweet potatoes, but they only had one sweet potato at the grocery store, so I only have one sweet potato to deal with. But we're gonna imagine and think that I have about, like, 3 or 4, like we usually would serve with this, because you can make this, it covers the entire sheet if you have a lot of products. So this sheet pan meal by itself could literally cover you for a couple of days. If you're eating by yourself, probably the rest of the week. But if you're eating with, like, a couple of people, it'll probably last a couple of days, depending on how many people are eating with you. But this sheet pan meal is super easy. I actually got inspo from Instagram of somebody cooking it, and it made me think, and I was like, you know what I could add in there? Like some hummus, and they put, like, you can put oil with it and all this stuff, but I'm going to show you how easy it can be. And like I said, if you do not know who I am, hi, my name is Kendra. I'm a plant-based lifestyle strategist, and I've been plant-based for almost 4 years now. It will be 4 years in October. So we're going to have more of our, like, chit chat discussion like we normally do in between me cooking, but I'm trying to make the cooking quick so then we have more time talking afterwards, which I know I'm talking right now, but still. And so we're going to be talking about first, like, understanding, like, hydration, and understanding, for instance, if I had the cucumbers, that would be a big part of our hydration in this situation. But drink your water always. I try to drink water with every single, really all day, every day I try to drink water. And with every single meal, even if I'm drinking juice, I try to also add in there me having water on the side. And so the cucumbers would have been the hydration part of the meal outside of what you can get with just water and drinking it. So I want people to understand, with me saying that, is like, you don't have to necessarily sit here and drink your water and drink your water and drink gallons of water every single day, all day. You can eat your water too. And so I like to eat my water on top of me drinking my water. And sadly, the cucumber was bad, but we just could imagine it being there, and understanding the hydration component of how important it is, because when you are hydrated on the inside and you're hydrated on a cellular level, everything inside of your body can be flowing the way that it needs to be. Your brain can be functioning the way that it needs to. And then on top of that, you'll feel supported overall. So when you won't feel sluggish and fatigued, and you won't feel like you're dehydrated all the time, sitting here drinking all this juice and things, but you'll actually see the results of your hydration through not only what your body is doing in its functions, but also through your skin. And so we have to understand that for your digestive system to be flowing the way that it should be and everything else in your body, you have to be hydrated. And so the cucumbers were a big hydration ingredient. And so we've already gone through our ingredients, but I'm going to give you factual information about each as we go along. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our chickpeas and we're going to season them, and we're going to put them, going ahead and get them ready to go in the air fryer, because that's something simple, it's easy, it's quick. Our chickpeas are over there in the can. If you don't want to use cans or you don't like canned chickpeas, they do have dried chickpeas. You would either have to soak them for a few days beforehand, which the liquid that comes off of chickpeas makes aquafaba. And if you don't know what aquafaba is an amazing ingredient to cook with that is a replacement for eggs. And so it whips up, it makes, you can make mozzarella from it. I've seen people make different types of like sour creams and cream cheeses from aquafaba. So you can use it for a lot of different things. And it's simple as just you pouring it off of the chickpeas and putting it in a can, and keeping it in a jar in your refrigerator is how you can store the aquafaba. And so we're gonna do our chickpeas first. Let me go ahead and grab those real quick. I'm gonna grab a air fryer liner, because I talked about this last time. I always line the air fryer regardless of what kind of bottom I have. I like to line the air fryer bottom, not only just to keep my equipment and things, looking nice and not all built up with residue, but also I don't have to worry about anything leaking into my food if it's something that's made from metal or plastic or whatever else, which I know plastic can't heat, but the point is that I don't have to worry about what the coating is in it because I'm using a parchment lining. So I just try to use that always. And I said we're gonna put the cauliflower in there. Can y'all see? Okay, y'all can see everything. Okay, good. We're gonna put the cauliflower in there so it can be soaking, because I don't know if there's, there could be bugs or anything like that, and you don't want bugs in your food. So we have to make sure there's no bugs on our cauliflower. And so a lot of people are not very cautious when it comes to them washing their produce and doing anything with that on one hand, because they see it get washed at the store, with the little sprinkler thing, or they never did it because their parents never did it, or you don't see the big deal. But outside of just bugs, you have to understand that these companies, because this is the reason why a lot of people don't realize why they have so many listeria outbreaks and how people get so sick from listeria and E. coli and all this other stuff, is that they don't understand the fact that they wash your produce in the same water as they wash everything else. So they use the same water. For instance, how they're talking about how the apple juice has arsenic in it. They're talking about how there's heavy metals in these different companies of water and things like that. So think about the fact that they don't use a different water system to also wash your produce from the factory that it comes from. So when you get this pre-washed spinach and these pre-washed salads and you put them in a bowl and you just serve them with the sauce, they're not washed the way that you would at home and care for it and make it clean. And so no matter how much your stuff says washed or pre-prepared or whatever else, if you have the option to wash it at home on your own, you should be washing your own produce. That's just my opinion based on the facts that I have established for myself and gathered for myself and things that I store in my brain. And so I try not to eat any produce without washing it first. Definitely. The only thing that I will bake without washing is if I'm really, really tired, I will bake a sweet potato and I might not wash that. But besides that, I'm washing all my produce before I use it. Including fruits, especially if I'm really wanting to eat a fruit, I'm going to wash it beforehand, because you never know what process it went through beforehand and where it's touched or what it's been dropped or anything like that. So, and obviously washing off pesticides as much as you can, because a lot of people say, and they like to tell you that you can't wash off pesticides. Thanks for the follows, guys. But you have to understand, doing something is better than doing nothing, because if it's been sprayed down versus injected and you actually wash it in the correct things, you're getting majority, if not all, of the remnants of the pesticide off. And so it's that's the best option for you to do for yourself, just FYI. So we're gonna put this in the water. This is our little water. It's our little water bath of washing them. We're gonna get out these peppers, because honestly, this one's looking a little gross, but the other ones don't look too bad. So we're gonna get those out. That one just looks really gross, but the rest of them look fine. So we're gonna turn it upside down. I like to turn it upside down, let it sit there. Cause the green part, you know, we're gonna tear the green part off anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. And then we're gonna get our sweet potato. We'll move this back over here. We have this little brush. And I'm not gonna do it over here because it's gonna make a mess. But you just get this little brush and just scrape off all the dirt on the outside, because we are going to be eating the whole sweet potato. I'm not peeling it. We're just gonna chop it and put it on the plate. So, because I'm not against the outside of a sweet potato. I like the outside of a sweet potato. Same thing with regular potatoes. I'm not against the outside of it either. And so, I'm gonna get some water to rinse these off in just a second. Let me get some water. The water's behind y'all, so I will be back literally in 2 seconds. Oh, and then I spilled it on the floor. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I don't think I need that much to rinse because all I'm gonna just put it in here. I just spilled it on the floor, y'all. Okay. We're gonna get us a cauldron. We're gonna get us the cauldron to, it's the wrong side. Rinse them in. We're gonna put all of them in here in the cauldron. I think I'm gonna scrub off this little ugly one because I don't know if that's dirt or just blemishes, but it looks like dirt. It looks like a little dirt, so we're gonna see. I think it was just blemishes. Like I said, I think it was just blemishes. It wasn't dirt. Yep, it's not coming off, so they're just blemishes. Just making sure they all look clean. I feel like the red ones and the orange ones always look very clean compared to the green ones. Hey, that's just my opinion. In my opinion. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set these off to the side. I put them on the what is it called? The cutting board. That's what it's called. So then they can actually, we're gonna rinse them first, duh. Okay, give them a little rinsety rinse. But we're gonna put them on the cutting board so they're not dripping all over the place while they air dry. Because we're gonna let those air dry over here while we do our chickpeas. Okay, y'all can see the chickpeas. So what we're gonna get out for our chickpeas is, I like to do paprika. I like to do some cilantro. I like to do oregano. Cumin sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'm cumin. Salt and pepper, which is over here. We like to get our salt and pepper. I think we are gonna put a little bit of cumin. And then the secret is that I put turmeric on it. And I'm gonna tell you why in just a second. As soon as I grab it, it's behind y'all also. So the reason why that I put turmeric on my chickpeas when I air fry them is because when you air fry them with all the other seasonings that you are going to use, you can't even really taste it. And so that's a good way for you to have an anti-inflammatory while you're cooking your chickpeas. And as much as I love chickpeas and eat them, it's a good way for me to be able to just incorporate it in a meal and not have to think about, oh, I need to eat some turmeric. Oh, I need to have turmeric because it's a good anti-inflammatory. It's good for your digestion and a whole bunch of other different things in your body. And so if I know, for instance, I've been eating a lot of sugar, I've been eating and drinking different sugary drinks and all these things. So turmeric is one of the things that, like, I try to incorporate in my lifestyle as much as possible. The same thing with ginger, because these two herbs right there are like the easiest cure for many, many different things, and people don't get enough of both. And so it's like, if you just incorporate them in meals that you don't even have to think about it, then it's like you don't have to worry about it, because not a lot of people like the taste of ginger. So all you have to do is sprinkle a little bit of ginger in your food. A lot of people don't like the taste of turmeric, or they don't want to have to deal with turmeric. Just sprinkle it in your food. You won't taste it with all the other seasonings. So it's just like, boom, simple and easy. So our chickpeas are our protein source. A lot of people sit there and they think when they get when they go plant-based, they're like, how do I get my protein? Where do you get your protein from? There's no way for you to get protein. Yes, always. And you're going to put pepper in your food anyway. Exactly. It activates it. So you're going to put pepper in your food anyway. So you might as well sprinkle the turmeric on top of it, activate it, and boom. Now you have the anti-inflammatory property in your food. So chickpeas are our protein. So, well, happy that you were here. Chickpeas are our protein. Chickpeas are not only going to give you those strong bones that they try to promote to you when you're sitting there. I said strong bones. Goodness gracious. I'm thinking of... I'm ahead of the game. My brain went somewhere else. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. It's going to give you that protein source that you need. It's going to be essential for your muscles, not your bones, your muscle structures, excuse me, and repairing your tissues. So if you are somebody who is a gym guru or you want to build muscle, if you feel like that you cannot do it on a plant-based lifestyle, I'm telling you right here, right now, that has been a facade that have been feeding you, so you keep eating the crap that's making you toxic. Because at the end of the day, you can eat plant-based foods like chickpeas, for instance, and get the same gains that you would with eating meat. Because all you have to do is understand how much you need. Because chickpeas give you a high protein source. But when we're sitting here pairing it, for instance, how chickpeas are these in the can. It's this in the can, chickpeas. You can get the dried version. But there's also chickpeas. Hummus is made from chickpeas. So we're literally going to be upping our protein with not from, well, we're putting 2 cans on the tray, but we're not going to eat 2 cans, obviously. But you have 2 cans of chickpeas in this recipe, and you're eating it with hummus. That's literally, I think, because I think a serving size of chickpeas, don't get me to lying, I'm not going to give you a number exactly, but I think a serving of chickpeas is, you can eat a lot of chickpeas for you to get your protein serving. So imagine if you're sitting there putting these chickpeas with the hummus, that you're already going to get another dose of chickpea protein. That's a lot of proteins in one meal. So that's why I don't sit there and argue with people that say that you can't. I'm here for the people that say how. But for the people that say you can't get enough protein on a plant-based lifestyle, I let them be. I literally had a man come try to argue with me that he is somebody who is trying to be a bodybuilder. He's trying to get up there in his gains. And so then was talking about how the fact that you can't do that on a plant-based lifestyle. And so I was like, okay, like, I would love the facts on that. Like, I was like, explain to me why you can't. And so instead of giving me actual facts, they're telling me about how, oh, you have to eat this for protein. You have to eat this for protein. And I'm like, okay, but what about all the plant-based proteins? And I waited and never listed a plant-based protein, didn't even know anything about plant-based proteins, but was telling me that there are no top bodybuilders in the world. And I think within a month or two, the Olympics happened, whatever. And so I was like, isn't that funny? It was either Olympics or it was some competition, but it was within the month of him saying that somebody had just won. I think they were in like top 3 of the strongest men in, I don't know, the competition of the world or whatever else, but they were the top 3 and they were vegan. They were vegan. And so right then and there, I was like, I hope he saw this, because I'm not going to argue with you. I let him have his moment of thinking that he was right, even when I was sitting there telling him, giving him facts, not arguing, just saying like, well, there's this factual evidence. Like, I'm plant-based and I'm not sitting here skinny. Like, I work out, but like, yes, I want my gains. I'm not trying to be super, super skinny. So I know about the protein sources and I eat them constantly. And so as I'm, explaining these facts of saying like, okay, that's your story, but I'm just letting you know that there is options out there, because you're talking about this health problem and this health problem. They come back with a rebuttal to talk about how I'm wrong and that there's no top bodybuilders. And so now here I am seeing that and witnessing that. And I was just like, it's literally confirmation. Every single time I have an argument with somebody, or at least a disagreement with somebody that has that like stuck mindset of they don't want to hear anything else because they're right, there is always a confirmation from God telling me like, no, you're doing my work and you're telling exactly what you need to tell, because we are able to heal and get the lifestyle that we want. It's just a matter of us getting away from this programming that they have put us under and realize the fact that like, you're being told to eat these meats that are making you toxic. They're telling you to eat fish that is coming from an ocean that they dump in and make toxic. And it's not okay. And so it's the matter of us getting away from the programming and realize the fact that we have been programmed to believe and eat this way all of our lives. And it's made all of us poisonous and sick. Thanks to the follows, guys. Because you have to sit there and really like look at and observe the patterns. When you look outside and you see, and this is fact for fact, like it's literally Google, but like you can get on Google. Every 3 people, one of them are diabetic. Out of every 3 people in the US, 1 of them is diabetic. It's not a coincidence that out of every 3 people, 1 person is diabetic if we're all eating the same way. But when you look at these plant-based people who have gone plant-based for a month or 2 or went raw for a month or 2, and they come back and they tell you the success story of my body healed. I never went on insulin. I cured myself from cancer without having chemo. And it's like people tell you that you're able to heal and you want to sit there and argue and try to figure out how they're wrong. I'm not here to sit here and argue. I'm just here for the people that actually want solutions and they actually want answers. And so this live is to support, because I've had many people ask me about like cooking lives and things like that. And I try to do them on Food Fridays, because we had our Food Fridays through email all the beginning of the year. And now we don't have that. We have our Wellness Woman Wednesday. But I am going to try to cook more on Fridays to bring back Food Friday in a different kind of way. But if you are not on my email list, we do have Wellness Woman Wednesday. Even if you're not a woman, you could still be in there. And I give you facts and tips, just informational stuff about what is going on with our food industry, plant-based tips and things like that every single week, so that you feel supported. Because I'm not here to just sell you something and just let you go and be like, okay, there you go. Like, I want you to get as much free information that you can from all the content. And when you want that extra help and you need my assistance and you need it directly from me, and you want to know exactly how I've been here for 4 years and sustain this lifestyle and I do it easily, then that's when you buy in and you work with me and you learn how I do it step by step. And I have a program, I have ebooks, like there's multiple things that you can get into for you to be able to do it and heal your body. Because going to these doctors has never healed you. It has never healed our community, and it will not heal our community, because they don't care. They see you as a dollar sign. They're projecting that the medical industry will profit off of our obesity and diabetes. It will go all the way up past $1 trillion. $1 trillion by 2030. It will be in $1 trillion. Past that point. That's what they're projecting. And so if they're projecting to make it to the trillions that they're not already in, what do you think they're going to do to you? Like, what do you think they've been doing and doing to you for years, and your family members and all these other people that are in your community and you love? And so it's like, I'm here to help you understand that, like, it's not getting any better. And we know it's not getting any better. And I know that I'm sitting here talking instead of cooking, but it's like, I have to hone in on this on every single live for you to understand that, like, the 2030 agenda, the 2025 agenda, the 2026 agenda, all of these things by the World Health Organization are designed to make your life worse. They're not designed to help you. It's not designed to allow everybody to have enough food because we're running out of food and we're having a food shortage. No, they are putting you in this category of however many trillion dollars they can get by 2030 off of you not realizing that they're poisoning you, even if you go plant-based and say that you're a vegan or whatever else, and you eat these Beyond Meats and these Impossible Burgers, because that's toxic to your body. Instead of you realizing that going plant-based looks like you eating fruits and vegetables and knowing how to cook every single meal that you love in a plant-based form, outside of you going and getting these crappy processed foods. They're here to make you sick. And for people that sit there and try to help you, then you want to sit there and try to be confused about, okay, well, how can I heal? You have 30,000 questions about what's in this meal, what's in this meat. But you don't ask that question when it's actual meat served in front of you, because it's meat. You don't have any question of where it came from, who served it, what oil they cooked it in. You get your fried chicken and you're happy. Not realizing that fried chicken, as much as y'all love it and y'all say that, like, I only eat chicken, feeds type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes, undealt with, when you sit there and take insulin, type 2 diabetes leads you to type 3. Type 3 diabetes, even though it has not been directly linked, has shown that people who develop type 3 diabetes are more likely to have Alzheimer's. So it's like, you want to eat yourself into craziness? Like, you want to eat yourself into losing your mind? It makes no sense. When you can have fried chicken, it's on my, it's not here because I actually posted it on my personal page, but it is open for anybody to look at it. It's under K Wonderland. That is my TikTok. It's K with 3 Ys. I literally made fried chicken from jackfruit. It's super easy. I tried to repost it on here, but obviously since I tried to repost it, TikTok did not push it out because it went well on like my other page that I don't post on. And so I do games over there now, but I didn't post on it. And so I need to recreate that, but I have not went and got another jackfruit. But I want you to understand that like you can make fried chicken super easy. You can make it with different types of mushrooms and it tastes the same because mushrooms like lion's mane has the texture of chicken. It's all the matter of what you're doing and how you're cooking it, knowing what you're doing, because literally everything that I love, I can make in a plant-based form. And so this is something new. This is something that I've never done. I never did a sheet pan recipe before I went plant-based. And so this is something for me to show you that I love and I enjoy, and that how creative you can be when you go plant-based, and how easy it can be to create different meals that are quick, fast, and easy for you. If you have children, this is something quick, fast, and easy that you can show them how to make for themselves, because you want to create an environment that your child can also feel comfortable in the kitchen. You don't want to create an environment where your child doesn't want to be in the kitchen because they don't know how to cook anything or everything takes too long. If you show them how easy it can be for them to just chop up some stuff, stick it on a tray in a pan and stick it in the oven for a little bit, it might entice them more to cook. It might entice them to try other things. It might entice them to be creative of their own and create their own dishes. So it's first you getting comfortable in the kitchen, because I know a lot of people come to me and talk about how they don't cook. And so this is your opportunity to understand that, like, for instance, these chickpeas that we're about to cook is a good source of protein. It also gives you healthy fiber that is not added fiber that a lot of people need because we're not getting enough fiber as Americans. But also understand that it helps you regulate your blood sugar levels. So if you're somebody who is suffering from diabetes right here, right now in this live, understand that you right there eating chickpeas is going to give you the fiber that you need. It's going to help you regulate your blood sugar, and it's going to give you healthy protein. So you don't need that chicken that's making you sick. And so let's get to seasoning these chickpeas, and then we're going to move on to our cauliflower. We're going to wash it, and we're going to show you what the cauliflower's power is. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get our chickpeas. We're going to dump out the aquafaba because, like I said, I am not home right now, so I don't need to keep it. But I always keep 1 jar of aquafaba in my fridge, whether I get it. I try to get it from, just soaking regular chickpeas, the dried ones, and not the pre-soaked ones, because the ones in a can, that can have, goodness, I can't get this open. It can have metals. When the metal heats up and it's been transferred, it can heat that up. It can also leak microplastics because majority of aluminum cans are lined with plastic. So I try to avoid them, but we have what we have today. I'm just showing you what's going on, okay? So take the advice of lead by example. Yes, I normally do have chickpeas that are dried. I'm not home. So we're gonna dump this out in the thing. I think we're only gonna air fry 1 thing of chickpeas currently right now, because I'd have to get another parchment paper, and then I'd have to, get another tray thing. And it's not like I'm gonna be able to eat all these chickpeas tonight. So I am gonna cook only 1 thing in chickpeas. Like I said, I only have 1 sweet potato. So this should be the serving size for like what I need tonight with everything else. But I am gonna cook the second one for tomorrow because I'm pretty sure I'll have leftovers. So I will cook that for tomorrow and save that for tomorrow. But all I do is pour it out on the parchment paper, like so. Drop that in there. And then I get all my seasonings and I just throw it on there. So I want to scoot y'all closer. Hold on, let me see if I can scoot y'all closer. I bet I can scoot y'all closer without disrupting anything. Let's try that part. Oh, so goodness. I'm so goodness. I'm so grateful that cut off. I said I'm so goodness. Like, am I drunk? Okay, there we go. It's a little bit better. That's a little bit better view. There we go. So we just dump it on there. I like to just sprinkle it on top. I had a spoon up here earlier because I was scooping out some turmeric. So we just get our little turmeric out the jar. I say I probably do a little less than that. Like, I literally just sprinkle it on here until I see that it's coating everything. And then boom. Put the rest back because we don't need a lot. Because like I said, we don't want to taste the turmeric. We just want the properties of the turmeric. And so now I did paprika. We're going to add our salt. And we're gonna save all these seasonings for when we put it on the sheet tray, so that we have all our seasonings for our sheet tray as well. So we're gonna season these. I usually don't do a lot of salt, just FYI for people. I usually do, depending on what I'm cooking, I usually don't even really add salt to the meal. But with my chickpeas, sometimes it depends on if I'm eating it with hummus, like I'm eating these with hummus. But like for instance, for this meal, since I'm going to be pairing it with the sweet potato and I'm going to be pairing it with the bell pepper and things like that, I do have some pink Himalayan salt that I'm cooking with. I don't use all seasoning. I usually just buy the organic seasonings, and then if I can get a refill from Costco, like the big ones, I just usually refill the containers. So that's what we do. That's what we're doing. But like I said, I don't always cook with salt. Like salt is usually not in my seasoning realm, but today it is going to be because we're cooking with our cauliflower and everything else, and we're going to combine it all. And so like, it's gotta, you know, we gotta season. We gotta season. Oh, it got in my throat. Okay, that's all the seasoning. I'm looking around. And so then I just kind of like give it a little shake. Give it a little shake so they all can go and get covered. Maybe a little turn, a little flippity flip. And I don't make them too heavily seasoned, but I am gonna add some more paprika. Like I usually don't make them too heavily seasoned, because I like the chickpeas by themselves. Like the chickpeas themselves are super good. So yeah, these are the chickpeas before the air fryer. They're all soft. They're a bean. They're a soft beanie. So, you know, and then you just put them in there. I'm not going to turn on the air fryer yet. I'm not going to turn it on yet because that'll probably take the least amount of time. Because I think the sheet tray is probably going to have to be in there like 25, 30. So, yeah, it shouldn't take that long. The chickpeas will probably take 15 minutes or less in the air fryer. Like literally, all you gotta do is just turn it on 400. If your air fryer goes up to like 420-ish, put it in there for like 8 minutes. If it goes past 400, put it in there for like 10, 12-ish minutes. And they'll be all crisp. You just have to make sure they're all laid out. Now, if they're not all laid out where they can all crisp and there's some on top of each other, the bottom ones are not gonna be crisp, just FYI. That's just a little tidbit. So we're gonna pour this extra water off of our cutting board. Our veggies are ready to be chopped up. So, like I said, normally we have more sweet potatoes in this, so we don't have enough sweet potatoes for it to be like, ooh, a whole lot, because I really would like prefer to have like 3, but it's okay. We're gonna get a knife. Hold on. Let's get a knife. I don't know which knife. I'm one of those people where like I try and I use a knife and then I'm like, I don't know if that knife is really giving what I need it to give, and then I get another knife. And then usually by then I get like 3 knives. So, what brush? The brush that I wiped off that I cleaned the fruits and vegetables with. So show me. Amazon. Yep, Amazon. I have like I said, I'm not at home. I know I was told which one it is, but the one that I got was from Target, but I don't have that one exactly. It's I'm trying to think. I can't even think of the one that I have. So yeah, but I know that one's from Amazon. But all I do is I'm just gonna chop these up. Probably, I think I'm gonna chop them up into long slivers. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Can y'all see this? Barely. Let me turn it. Let me slide y'all down. I don't like touching other things while I'm cooking, y'all. Just FYI. That's just me. I'm a little extra. Yeah, I'm not a big Target girly. The only thing I go to Target to get, because they're the only ones that have it besides Amazon. But I don't like, I mean, like I have Amazon, whatever, what is it called, Prime. But it's just like, if I'm out and Target is right there and I'm really feeling like going to Target, I'm going to Target and I'm getting me those coconut strips. The coconut strips. The cocoa ones, because you can get the regular ones. But the cocoa ones, Because those are Target brand. Like those are Target. Because I don't think they have. I don't think they have the cocoa ones in the Bear brand. They only have the regular ones. The cocoa strips. They have me in there singing. Like that's how singing. That's how much I love them things. That's just like one of the snacks that I absolutely love. The cocoa strips is the way. That's the way that you'll get me. You'll get me. Like that's why I said I don't go to Target for anything else. If I go to a store specifically for one thing, that's how you know it has me in a chokehold. I don't go in there for nothing else. I could care less about everything else. I go directly to the cocoa strips and I go to the checkout. That's all I do. But I just chop these up. I'm gonna chop them into like little strippies. I don't really care about getting the peppers off. I mean, not the peppers, the seeds off. If you don't know, seeds have a reason why they're there. They have so many different health properties, and them telling you that you can't eat the apple seeds, they're toxic, they're poisonous, you can't eat so and so, like papaya seeds, that's them telling you this because they don't want you to gain the nutrients that you can get from these seeds. I hope you understand that. I want you to gain that understanding, because these seeds have a purpose. Too much of anything is terrible and it will harm you. Too much of anything. You can eat too many apples and get sick. You can eat too much meat and get sick. You eat any meat, you're going to get sick. But that's my point. You can eat too many sweets and get sick. So if you eat too many seeds, yeah, you can get sick. Yeah, you can get poisoned from these things. But you eating this from this little minimal meal is not going to hurt you. I don't know, I haven't bought anything of Tabitha Brown's. For instance, when I cook my my hot dogs, I use her recipe. I haven't tried her chili recipe for the hot dogs. Now I haven't done that. I made my own chili the other night, and so like I haven't tried her chili recipe because I have my own, but like I will try her. Like I haven't tried anything of hers. But I do like her recipes for the ones that I have tried. Like I said, I'm just putting them on the sheet. I'm just laying them out. And I'm going to show y'all the sheet once before her seasoning. She has seasoning? What kind of seasoning she's got? I like me some good seasonings now. I bet she has some good seasonings. Because that's my thing. It's like I'm into like buying. Does she have organic seasonings? Because I need to buy me some more like organic seasonings. And so for everybody that's in the chat, if y'all don't eat organic or buy organic, y'all need to buy, if you can, buy organic. Yes. Oh, yes. I'm going to look into it then. That might be the other thing that I run to Target for. I don't go there that often. But if she has some good organic seasonings and they're a good price, I'm definitely going to get them. Which, I mean, I know the ones that I get from Kroger are not a great price. But you know what I mean? Like a good bang for your buck. Like I was like, what? I thought it was telling me I had a content warning. I was like, what did I do? But yeah, they, for instance, like going to Kroger and you can get, or going to Costco and yeah, you're spending like, you know, $10 on a big thing of seasoning, but you're getting a big thing of seasoning. Like, I know it's not going to be like that, but like, that's what I consider like, okay, I got a bag for my buck. Yes, I had to pay $10 for this whole thing, but like, I got tons of seasonings that I now can store up. I wasn't expecting to cut this whole bell pepper, so I think we're going to not use the full red one, because I'm like, we have 2 green ones, and I don't want to waste it. I don't think I'm going to waste it. I might cut it. We're going to see. I'm going to save it for last. I don't like how that piece looks. All the little pieces that I'm setting to the side, I don't like how they look. But I lost my train of thought. Hold on. I have points over here just in case I lose my train of thought of what I was talking about. Okay, yeah. So we were talking about the chickpeas benefits. So we'll get on to the peppers in a second, but we were talking about the benefit of the chickpeas. So the chickpeas, like I said, they're going to help you with blood sugar levels. They're going to help you manage it. Thanks to the follows, guys. But also I want you to understand that it's also going to help you if you're having insulin resistance. Not just if you already have diabetes and you're having issues with your blood sugar, but it's also going to help you with your insulin resistance. And it's rich in iron, and it's going to give you vitamin B. And so it's like you can get all of that right then and there just with that one thing. And it's a healthy protein source. And so think about the fact that like they tell you that like You have to get all your vitamins and minerals. People are low on iron. All these women are out here iron deficient. I was one of them who was borderline anemic. I literally was low on the iron count when I went to go get my blood test. This was before I went plant-based. I went plant-based, and now I'm not sitting here struggling with iron deficiency. I don't have painful menstrual cycles anymore. When I tell you my menstrual cycles were so painful, they almost took me out every single month. And now I'm sitting here telling you, for somebody who can function on the first day of their cycle and actually be up and moving versus what I was before. Before I couldn't get up and move. Before I couldn't do anything. Before I literally didn't even want to be alive that day. Now I'm up and I'm like, okay, I'm about to start my cycle. Like, here it is the first day, and I'm getting things prepared and I'm getting myself ready. The second day, I'm tired, I'm relaxed, I'm chilling, but I'm not dying. And that's what a lot of women are going through, that they're sitting there and they're in pain and they're suffering the entire time that they're on their cycle for days on end, or even just the first couple of days they're suffering. And it's like, yes, I'm uncomfortable. Yes, I'm unhappy that this is happening, but I'm not suffering through it. And so I want a lot of women, all the women in here, to understand that, like, that's not normal. Like, it's not normal at all. It's not normal to have a 7-day cycle. It's not normal for you to be hurting. It's not normal for you to be iron deficient. It's not normal for you to have PCOS and fibroids and cysts. That's not normal. It's become common, but it's not normal. What's normal is you understanding that these are signs that your body has been in distress for a long time, and then figure out how to heal it. And so we have gone... His lashes bother me. But we have gone from knowing how to take care of our body, knowing how to heal, and understanding what our signs mean in our body, to just depending on Western medicine. And depending on Western medicine has led us here. Depending on Western medicine is going to lead them to making this over $1 trillion profit off of us having diabetes and obesity. Because that's what they're projecting. And we're not changing at the rate that we need to be so that they don't get that $1 trillion. Because you have to understand that it's all a dollar sign. Like, they treat us and see us as dollar signs. They don't see us as people. And so we deserve to actually be getting whole nutrients from real foods. We deserve to understand the fact that, like, they're telling us that we have a food shortage, yet they're not telling us that we are mandated to grow gardens. They're telling us that we have a food shortage, but they're not making it a mandate for us to grow gardens so we have our own produce, so that we're not sitting here starving. We have people that are homeless, people that are starving in the streets. And you're telling me that we have a shortage of food, yet somehow they're not telling us that if you have land, if you have a home, you have to grow a garden if you have a certain amount of square feet. But instead, they penalize you with all of these HOAs and all these different societies when it comes to, like, you having a house or having an apartment or whatever else. All these people above you are regulating what you could do on your own land. And having a garden is a no-go for majority of it, unless it's something small that you can never sustain off of. And so it's insanity that we have been fed these lies all of our life. And it's insanity, the fact that, like, nobody is really standing up for the fact that it's like, why in the world are people able to heal from these things? And they weren't suffering the way that we are. That people weren't sitting there, you know, in the 80s and 90s having fibroids and cysts and PCOS and IBS and all these other things going on, unless it was like very, very rare. It wasn't a common thing. And now, just like how you go outside and every 3 people, one of them have diabetes, you go outside and every 10 to 20 people have some type of IBS, some type of fibroid issue. If don't let it be a line of 10 women, I bet at least 3 of them have some type of painful menstrual cycle, IBS, cysts, fibroids, something. And so it's like, to the point where it's insanity that we're expecting different results, but we do the same exact thing every single generation. We expect things to change, but we do the exact same thing to our body every single month. You can plead and you can pray to God all you want to, but if you're still eating all the crap that has made you sick, he can only do so much for you, because at that point you're choosing the poison. You're choosing to be sick. But if you are ready for a change like I was, because I'm pleading with God, telling him I want to change. I don't understand why I'm so sick. I don't understand why this and X, Y, and Z is happening to my body. Why have I suffered from a painful menstrual cycle all my life, and my mom did the same? I prayed and I asked, and he answered, and I actually answered back. I didn't just sit there with the information and go, I can't do that. He told me to go plant-based. At first, I was calling myself vegan. I thought I was going vegan. He told me to go plant-based. He told me and gave me the answers that I needed in 2020 when I was praying to him and asking him every single time I had a menstrual cycle, just take me out, because I don't want to do this anymore. He answered and he answered quickly. And he said, this is what you have to do. Now, either you're going to do it or you're going to suffer. And at first, I changed a few things, but I didn't understand. But really what got me is when I, excuse me, when I looked at a picture, I was, this was at the beginning of my plant-based journey. And yes, this wasn't in 2020. This was years after, but I was at my best friend's wedding. I was at my best friend's wedding and I was sitting there already like, okay, you know, I'm weaning myself off of meat. Like I've only been eating dairy. This is going to be a process. I looked at myself after those wedding pictures and this has been months because obviously, you know, they have to go through the wedding pictures. They have to edit it and all these other things. I looked at myself and like, I felt big in the picture. I felt big in the picture. I felt bloated. I felt like I had, you know, I was just like, yeah, I probably look like a big old pink Pepto-Bismol right now because I'm wearing a pink dress. Like I look cute. But like I probably look big as all get out because I still was eating dairy. So I ate mac and cheese that night. I looked at that picture and then like was looking at myself after I looked at that picture because it had been months. And I was like, do you see the difference already from where you haven't been eating dairy versus when you were? And I was like, that was crazy because that was the wake-up call, even though I didn't know the wake-up call of where I was going as far as being plant-based, but the wake-up call of me asking and the Most High showing me, this is what you looked like before. And yes, you didn't know what you were doing to your body. And yes, you understood that you had gained weight, but you didn't really realize what a big bloated stomach looked like versus what your stomach looks like without the bloat, because everybody around you has a bloated stomach. Everybody around you is sitting there with all these parasites and toxins stored inside of their fat cells, not understanding why they can't lose weight, but they do diet culture, not understanding why they can't lose weight and they keep piling on more. Because nobody is digesting correctly and releasing correctly because everybody's guts is thrown off because your gut pH is not high enough to digest all of the bull crap that you eat every single day with these meats and these dairies. With you sitting here throwing off your pH in your gut from you drinking soda. And I was one of those people who would drink a Sprite at least once a day. I would drink dairy at least twice a day. Like literally, I would drink water in between them too because I've always been an active kid. I've always been an active, playing 2 sports at a time. Like I've always been a sports child. So I always drank water. But all the crap in between was diminishing how much water I drank because it wasn't enough. Now I drink enough water and I can go get me a little juice every now and then because I love apple juice. But I'm not sitting here drinking Sprites because I know it's going to throw my body off when you can make Sprite easily. You can make ginger ale easily without all the toxic additives, without all the fillers, without all the crap. And I keep talking. Let me get back to the chopping. But I want us to understand that, like, we have been misled so much and we don't deserve that. We deserve better. We deserve real whole foods. And we should know how to cook them for ourselves. And we should know how to make healthy foods that make us feel good. So then we can change what soul food is. We can still have the soul in our food. We can still have soul food. But without us sitting here poisoning ourselves as a way to remember and to commemorate our ancestors and how they ate and everything else, you can still enjoy the foods that you were eating and celebrate and have celebration without making yourself toxic and poisoning yourself. And so I have not come out with it yet because right now we're focusing on diabetes and that's what we're going to be focusing on because a lot of people are going to sit there and get that soul food cookbook that I'm going to come out with next year. But they're going to sit there and focus on eating soul food instead of focusing on healing their body, because that soul food, yes, is going to give you all those feel goods that you can cook normally, that you like to cook normally. But we have to first focus on healing before you throw any fried food in your face, in your mouth, in your gut. Because y'all should not be eating fried foods dealing with IBS. You shouldn't be eating any fried foods knowing that you have parasites and you have toxins stored inside of your body. Because all that's doing is feeding the diseases that are thriving inside of your body, like cancer, diabetes, obesity. Because that honestly that's a toxic disease. Like being obese is considered a disease. And so you have to understand that like those toxins storing inside of you, that's what your body is holding on to. That's why you gain so much weight and you can't lose it. And so we have to understand that all of these things are harming us in some way, shape, or form. And we have to release that in order for us to help our body heal. And so you have to release the toxic habits that have brought you here. You can't keep doing the same crazy things and expect different results. That's just not possible. It's not a thing. So we're going to chop this pepper up real quick. We talked about all of the benefits of the chickpeas and being our protein source. Oop. We're gonna get to the peppers. I'm trying to get this little like funky piece off. We're gonna get to the peppers. I'm literally just throwing them on the pan. Like I said, this would be quicker. If I'm not on live and not talking, this would have been done and over with, but I'm talking to y'all. You know how I am. I talk a lot. We get a lot of chit chat in, and as you can see, like simple, easy. We already got the peppers out of the way. Like I said, I'm not chopping that pepper because I don't think we need it. Because I don't feel like we're gonna have that much food compared to how many peppers. Even though I love me some peppers, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think we need that many. But for our peppers, let's talk about our bell peppers. So our bell peppers, obviously, you know, they come in different colors. You can get them yellow, green, red, orange. They come in different colors. That's where the variety of rainbow comes from. I talk about this often, a lot. If you don't know, you don't hear me. You haven't heard me say this. I say this often. I eat the rainbow. I try to eat every single day. I try to eat the rainbow. I try to eat as many colors as I can. And so that's a good way for you to get a lot of colors is peppers. Peppers are going to give you a good, amazing source of vitamin C. So a lot of people are sitting there, how are you going to get your calcium? How are you going to get your calcium for your strong bones? Eat bell peppers. That's going to give you amazing strong bones. And you don't have to sit there and use the inflammatory dairy to get your strong bones. Eat bell peppers. I don't know anybody. I haven't heard anybody ever tell me they don't like a bell pepper. And that's just on me. If you are in here and you don't like one, I would love to meet the first person that says to me that they don't like bell peppers. I have never met anybody that say they don't like bell peppers. I can eat them raw. I can eat them cooked. Bell peppers are delicious. And so that's an amazing source of vitamin C. So you can get vitamin C just outside of you sitting here eating your citrus fruits. Just like you can get vitamin C from oranges, for example. You can get it from your bell peppers. Let me see. Vitamin C is not only going to help you be able to absorb, oh goodness, what is it? I'm trying to think. I lost my train of thought as I walked away. That's what it is, iron. I knew it. That's what I was like, is it iron that I'm thinking of? Vitamin C is going to help you not only absorb all the iron that you're going to get from the chickpeas that we're eating, but the vitamin C is also going to help you be able to, you know, have healthy skin. And it's also going to help you boost your immune system. So a lot of people sit around here and they're sick all the time. Or a lot of people sit here and they, know somebody else that's sick all the time, and or your kid is sick all the time, because that's another thing. People love to say, well, kids get sick. You have to understand that illness cannot thrive and manifest into sickness unless you have something for it to feed off of inside of your body. So if you were eating a lot of bell pepper is something that gives you a whole bunch of vitamin C that's going to help you boost your immune system. It's not going to thrive long. You might get a runny nose. You might get a little cough every now and then. You might even get that little like tickle in your throat where you're like, am I getting sick? But it's not going to manifest itself into flu, COVID, or whatever else that everybody loves to say. Well, it's cold season. Cold season would not thrive if everybody was eating the way that they were supposed to. But nobody's eating the way they're supposed to. So that's the reason why we have a whole season that everybody gets sick. Like, that's as simple as that. Because yes, the cold environment is going to have a factor, but when it has nothing to thrive off of, and it's cold outside, you're not going to have cold season. You're not going to have these issues. And so now all I'm going to do is just chop this up. Like I said, we are eating the whole, oh, it had a little funky piece on it. We're eating the whole sweet potato today. I'm not peeling it. We're using the skin and all. Ooh. And so I think I covered all the points of the bell peppers. The bell peppers are amazing antioxidant. That's another thing I didn't say. Vegan pizza pre-made, no. If you're talking about like the frozen ones in the grocery store, all of them that I have seen have had terrible ingredients, so I'm gonna say no. Plant-based cheeses, all the ones that I know that melt and taste good have recently changed. They have changed their ingredients, and so now they have corn products in them. I avoid corn because all corn is GMO. But every now and then, for instance, like I just made chili, I was really like, I have to have cheese. Like I was like, I can't do this kind of situation. And so if you're in one of those instances where you're like, I have to have shredded cheese, because I make my own queso cheese from scratch. If you're in one of those instances where you're like, I have to have shredded cheese. I'm not saying you can't do it or you shouldn't do it. It's in here griping at you, but I'm just saying be aware that it does have corn. And even if they say corn is organic and non-GMO, it's not possible because all corn is genetically modified. So just eat it in moderation and try to at least get the better side of the plant-based cheeses if you can. But if you can avoid using it, I wouldn't do it. I would make my own cheese if you're doing like queso, especially. Like I said, like I have my own plant-based cheese recipe. It's pinned on my page. Super easy, super simple, and everything that I have on there and more is in my plant-based cookbook. So if you are looking to get my plant-based cookbook that I already have out, you can grab that. Hold on, y'all's asking me to verify myself. But that plant-based cookbook is only $25. You can get it with Klarna, Firm, or Afterpay. This is just a beginner guide to help you be able to cook plant-based meals and understand how versatile they can be, and just to do it on your own so you can start out so that you can share with others to be like, yeah, I cook this as good as plant-based. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get this little funky piece off and I don't think it's working. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I got it. Okay. Now we're going to chop this sweet potato. I'm going to cut the end off because we don't want that. Ooh, I know I should have got a bigger knife. But it's fine. And like I said, we're just dropping the pieces on here. I'm going to cut this one in half. If you want to cut the skin off, that's up to you. Like I said, I don't mind a good little sweet potato skin. I like sweet potato skins. Just my opinion. Now for the sweet potato. Because did we cover all the bell pepper? Like I said, it has it has antioxidants like beta carotene. Oh, I also didn't say that the bell peppers are good cell support. They help you with your they help repair damaged cells, and it supports your heart health. Just FYI, bell peppers. That's all from bell peppers. So that's what I'm saying. Like, plant-based proteins and plant-based nutrients is the way to go. They're tricking you, telling you you need all this other crap. You need these powders and all these other supplements and tinctures. You're being tricked. You're being fooled. And you don't have to be tricked. You don't have to be fooled. I'm here to literally be the example, leading by example. It'll be 4 years in October, leading by example to show you, like, you're not going to be starving. You're not going to hate your life. You're not going to be sitting here like, oh my God, I can't do this. Like, you can do it. You can do it. It's so easy. You really can do it. Like, somebody who did not expect to be in this lifestyle and to stay in the lifestyle that I am, I jumped into it head first. Yes, I took my time and weaned myself off, but I was like, I'm not going to keep poisoning myself with this crap. I stopped eating all the snacks that I loved for off rip. Like, literally, I stopped eating so many different snacks because starting to read my ingredients and understand what they were and what was in them made me stop eating. And I was like, I can't do it to myself. I can't willingly and knowingly poison myself. And that's how a lot of people are for their children, where they know that these children's snacks are not good, so they don't want to give them because they can't willingly and knowingly poison their kids. But why do you want to poison yourself is the question. Like, why would you want to poison yourself? Ugh. And like I said, I wish we had more sweet potatoes, but we don't. So we're going to deal with this one. And oh yeah, we're talking about the sweet potato and understanding what the sweet potato's power is. Let me tell you, for anybody that's in here dealing with insulin resistance or diabetes, this is going to stabilize your blood sugar if you're eating sweet potatoes. And it's also going to give you fiber. So we have something else that gives you a natural fiber in this meal. For all the people that are sitting here taking fiber supplements, or you have to take all these constipation medications and all this different stuff dealing with going to the bathroom. It's not that deep. Like, you can eat your way to your health. You don't have to sit here and buy all this different crap. Just eat it. Just eat what you need. Because they give you, in these processed foods, they give you fiber, quotes. I'm going to put quotes around that because I don't have the hands to do it, but quotes around that fiber. But understand, this fiber that they're giving you is not natural. It's a man-made fiber that they make in a factory that your body does not recognize. The same thing with the fake iron that they give you. When they tell you that your food has iron, when you're getting these Fiber One bars, and they tell you that it has a high iron protein, for example, you have to understand that the iron that they're giving you and the fiber that they're giving you is not natural. And so when it's not natural nutrients that comes from your body, that is natural, that your body produces, your body does not recognize it. It's foreign. So when it's foreign inside of your body, that's the reason why you don't absorb it like you would the natural. That's the reason why you don't absorb the vitamin C that they're giving you from this orange juice that you get, that is from Sunny D and all these other places. And you wonder how you're vitamin C deficient, but you drink orange juice every day because it's not real vitamin C. Your body cannot absorb that the way that it would for you getting natural vitamin C from like this meal, for example. And so as the years go on and you sit here and you eat these fiber 1 bars and all this stuff because that's the way they're supposed to go, or you get your fiber supplements because that's what your doctor told you to do, you're not absorbing the fiber the way that you could be from a natural source. So then your body's going to be in a panic state. Your body's going to sit there and try to give you signs to tell you it's not working. And a lot of people don't know how to read the signs. Majority of people ignore the signs. And then they go to their doctor and they're like, hey, what's going on with this? Talking to their doctor, and their doctor's sitting there looking at them and telling them, oh, it's fine. Just get this medication, this prescription. You'll be okay. Just eat more of this and you'll be okay. But they don't tell you the fact that like you going and get this juicy juice, Sunny D and all this other stuff every single day thinking that it tells you it has a high vitamin C and has all natural fruit juice is a lie, because you never get told, hey, flip it around, look at the ingredients. What are the ingredients? If it's something that is a book list and then it has this sodium phosphate, whatever, citric acid, all of that is fake. You don't need to be eating it. Like, they don't tell you that. And so everybody sits here and wonders why women are iron deficient. For example, they sit there and talk about how it's more common in women to be iron deficient, but they don't talk about the fact that the reason why women are iron deficient is because we don't get any real iron. Because they're sitting there telling you to eat all these different snacks and get all these different supplements, but they don't tell you the fact they've been telling you for years to eat fake iron and fake fiber. And so that's the reason why we're sitting here on our cycle suffering and struggling. Because if you don't know this, when you are on your cycle and how we talk about, which this is a lot of information, but I'm not going into detail, but women know when you are on your cycle and you're going back and forth to the bathroom and you're sitting there like, dang, I'm disgusting. And you sit there on the toilet, because I saw one TikTok of this one girl was talking about how she sits on the toilet and she sits on there for a majority of the day, the first day. No, that's because you don't have enough fiber in between the time where you're on your cycle and when you're off your cycle. That's the reason why you're sitting there all day on the toilet. Yes, it might like be a comfort for you not have to go back and forth. But as far as you struggling and going number 2 and sitting there dealing with all of the flood of issues with that if you know you're a woman, you know. Understand that that's because you didn't get enough fiber. And if you were 1 to 2 days beforehand constipated, because I used to be 3 days, 2 days before, 1 day before, super duper constipated for a couple of days, sitting there trying to figure out, I'm like, oh, because I'm about to start my cycle. That's not normal either. You didn't get enough fiber before your cycle. So now that you're feeling those contractions, and now you're feeling those contractions, contractions like you're pregnant, but basically now that you're feeling those period cramps that feel like contractions, and you're sitting there constipated, and now your body's saying, ooh, girl, we gotta let it go, and you're struggling, you're sitting down the toilet, it's because you didn't get enough fiber beforehand. And you didn't prepare your body beforehand. And so these are the kind of things that I teach you in the program, my 12-week program, that I teach you how to prepare your body beforehand and understand why you need to eat the way you need to eat at certain times of your cycle. Because if you're not doing that, you're not prepping your body. And that's the reason why you struggle every single cycle. And I'm speaking as somebody who did. That's the reason why you're struggling. And so if you want to stop struggling with your cycle and you want to understand what's going on, I'm going to cut this other bell. Ow, I forgot about cauliflower. And so you have to understand what you're doing. And a lot of us don't understand what we're doing because we were never taught. We were never taught how to take care of our body. We were never taught the understanding of what natural fiber and all this other stuff is. And so we don't even realize the fact that like we're nutrient dense with the foods that we're eating, and we need to be more nutrient efficient instead of deficient. And so if you want to be nutrient efficient, one, obviously you're here, so you're learning how to make you a plant-based meal today. I did post a previous meal that we cooked on my YouTube. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. And then I have my plant-based cookbook that will literally walk you through how to make multiple different meals, over 20 meals that you can mix and match. And so understanding, for example, like this Sweet potato is nutrient dense. That doesn't mean nutrient deficient, but it's nutrient dense far as carbohydrates. So it's not going to be high in carbs. It's a good carb, a healthy carb, like we like to say. And for people who are insulin resistant and diabetic, do I watch? Yes, it's literally in the water. The cauliflower's in the washing. But thanks for the follow. When you are diabetic, for example, when you have a lot of carbs, it's going to raise your blood sugar. When you're insulin resistant, it's going to raise your blood sugar. When you have a lot of carbs, when you eat carbs first thing in the AM, because they tell you to get toast. They tell you to eat bread, all these biscuits. Understand that that is literally decreasing your energy, raising your insulin, and causing you to be having the itis throughout the day after you eat. And so when you have something like a sweet potato that is nutrient dense as far as a carbohydrate, then it's going to give you that slow release of energy without you sitting there having to feel the itis, if that makes sense. You can use the energy that you're eating. You can actually get nutrients from your food and use it as fuel. And so it not only helps you stabilize your blood sugar, but it's also going to give you that healthy fiber once again, so you can go to the bathroom. And you're also going to be getting that beta carotene, which is your antioxidant that's going to help you get the oxygen to a cellular level, because that's what we're trying to do: hydrate our cells, give our cells oxygen. And you do this through your food. And so your body can use that beta carotene and convert it into vitamin A. So there you go. You just got your vitamin A. And so understanding that it's also going to help you promote your vision, your skin. It's going to help your immune system. It's going to help you get potassium. Sweet potatoes are overall just amazing. They're amazing. They're amazing to you. They're amazing. And so now we're moving on to our cauliflower. Let me make sure I got my cauliflower. There we go. There's our cauliflower. We're moving on to our cauliflower. You can see all the little dirty bugs that came up to the top of the green. That's why I said flip it over and put the white side down, because then all the bugs go to the top trying to get some oxygen. Like, they're trying to figure out how they can get up out of here so they can be saved, and you're not going to be saved. You're not going to keep eating on my food. Because, oh, it just splashed me. It just splashed me. Y'all see that? But we are not going to be sitting here eating non-organic pesticide sprayed food. So yes, there's going to be bugs. There's always going to be bugs. Realize that if you want to avoid, because like for instance, I got this, I think I went to Costco and I got this, I don't want to put that in there because then I have to pour it out and I have to pull it out of the sink. I got this, what was it? Was it kale? I think it was kale. I got this kale from Costco, no, from BJ's Wholesale. It was covered in bugs, covered. Like, I was truly disgusted, but it gave me comfort though. Like, even though I was disgusted by how many bugs, it gave me comfort because I know that had no pesticides in it, because if not, they wouldn't have survived in the packaging with it. And so I washed mine off happy as day thinking, okay, well, at least I know this has no pesticides injected or sprayed on it, because the bugs are in there thriving off of the food. And so yes, it was gross and I didn't enjoy it, but it did give me comfort to know. It did give me the comfort to know, okay, I'm going to rinse this off and then I'm going to do that, because that's what we want. We want the natural things to be thriving in the natural environment that it's supposed to, because when they're not thriving, for instance, how they can thrive and live off of these vegetables, even though they're packaged and everything else, if they can thrive in the environment that they're in, that means that your food was not tampered with. That's a good sign, even though it's like, ew, yes, gross. I don't want bugs in my home. I don't want to have to deal with bugs. I don't want to wash bugs. And you're speaking to somebody who will not kill a bug unless she can step on it. Like, I don't kill bugs. Unless it's a fly, I'm not swatting at it. I will miss it. It will get me. And so if I have bugs and it's comforting me to know that's on my meal, just know it's not like I'm really about that life. Like, I'm all for it. I'm getting some water, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I'm getting some more water so we can rinse this cauliflower piece off. Because, like, I don't use that much water to rinse the stuff, but I do try to, just get all of the, like, lemon juice and anything else that was on there, all the remnants. Okay. All right, we're Gucci. We're Gucci. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put it over that. Whew. Okay, we're going to get some... Actually, Actually, we're just gonna go ahead and just move into chopping it because it's like it would sit there forever and try to dry off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop this bad boy off. Chop this little bottom stalk. If I can get it off without harming myself, I hope I can. Oh, there we go. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, we're gonna spray it on the tree. I said on the tree. Y'all see how I said on the tree? Y'all peep that. Okay. I see. Can y'all see? Okay. Got the cauliflower. I'm just gonna sprinkle these little pieces. Like I said, like this is like my little discard pile. And if I was at home, I wouldn't give my dog this necessarily because I don't know if she can have a bell pepper. But for instance, like if I'm cutting potatoes or whatever else, I always keep like a little discard pile on the side. And usually what I do is I just throw it in her meals because I do cook her food. Like I give her chickpeas. If y'all want to see what I cook for my dog, because a lot of people like aren't really understanding how terrible and toxic dog food is, even like because it's processed. So think about like all of their life they eat this, and I love my fur baby. And so like if you want to just like see a quick video, I'm not gonna make it like a big thing, but like if you want to see a quick video of what I make her, let me know in the comments and I'll show you. But like I literally just make a big pot of like basically soup in a way, and then I just give her like quinoa on the side with her like soup that she has, which basically I just drain all the water out of it, but I boil it all together. And it's like carrots, it's lentils, black beans, like just a bunch of things that can boil and be put into something that I can put in the freezer and just store it, because nobody wants to be making her food every day. She's not a person. So I just store it in the freezer. And now I'm just going to chop the little cauliflower pieces. I'm not going to do anything like fancy or special, just to get them all separated. If they're not, like they're separating themselves for the most part. But like for instance, I'm going to cut you in half. I'm going to cut some pieces. But they're losing all their little heads. I don't want to lose them. But I do like cauliflower. I enjoy cauliflower even before I went plant-based. Like I think they gave it to us one day at school, like the very unseasoned, very not tasty cauliflower. And I still was like, I can mess with this. Like I was like, even though it doesn't really have a taste to it, I can mess with this. And so now here I am in like plant-based. And I'm like, girl, you knew before you knew. Like you like it. I love good cauliflower. You can make steak from cauliflower. Like you can see right now, we're doing the sheet pan. I've seen people make cauliflower wings. I've had cauliflower wings. I have not made them yet, but they're super, super delicious. I love them. That is something that is on my agenda, but it seems like every single time I have cauliflower, I either do this or I make steak. So then I just like forget the fact that I want to make cauliflower wings. I don't know. It's just like so many options. It's so many options that it gets me off track, I guess. That's the reason. But for our cauliflower, like I said, is very versatile. It is a nutrient-packed veggie. So for your cauliflower, you are going to get your antioxidants from this. You are going to get vitamin C. You're going to get your vitamin K. You're going to get blood sugar regulation. You're going to get fiber from this. What else did I have on there? I skipped around because I was thinking off the top of the dome. And it helps you fight inflammation with the antioxidant, because the antioxidant, when you're getting oxygen to your bones, you're getting oxygen to your cells, you're getting oxygen throughout your body. That's going to help everything flow and move and your brain to function at the full capacity that it can be. Let's see. I'm skipping around. It's also going to be amazing for your immune system. I don't know if I already said that, but oh yeah, because I said vitamin C, so it's amazing for your immune system. And it's also, from the vitamin C, is going to be amazing for your collagen. So a lot of women like to take collagen, and this is something that you can eat to get natural collagen that you don't have to take from a supplement or anything like that. Just FYI for the women in here that take collagen, because I know I bought my mom a collagen that's a plant-based collagen. That is not the one, because I think there's one from the TikTok shop. I think it might even been, I don't think it's that one. But I did buy her a collagen. But I'm always sharing my tips and stuff with her. So I tell her like, that's a natural way for you to get your collagen in. We're going to preheat the oven. I think we're going to preheat it to 375. I might turn it up to 400. But I think 375 should be good. Here, we're chopping our little cauliflower bits. I'm gonna have some big pieces, some little pieces. And like I said, our sheet tray is not gonna be oh so pretty, so cute. Like it's gonna be thrown on here because like I said, we're trying to do realistically, without the live and without me talking, this meal will probably take you 30 minutes or less. Not 30 minutes or less, goodness gracious. It'll take you probably 15 minutes or less to prepare, 30 minutes or less to cook. And that's just baking in the oven. You don't have to do anything else. And like I said, like the air fryer, which is optional. I just want my chickpeas to be crispy. That's probably what that notification that I got was. Yes, it did. Because that's why I thought at first it was trying to censor my live. And I saw a notification that was saying that the comment was filtered. So I guess that's what it was. So yeah, it did. It did. Because at first I was like, what did I say it needs to be censored? But I didn't say nothing. I'm just speaking straight facts. I'm just speaking straight facts. I ain't say nothing. Do I eat raw everything? Not that it censored that. No, I do not. I'm cooking this. This is a sheet tray that's going in the oven. But yeah, no. I eat raw. Like I said, like this is something that I show in my plant-based cookbook. I mean, not in my program. But I eat raw. I do a cleanse every month, if that makes sense. And I do it according to my cycle. And my cleanses are always like basics. Like I try to get the basics of food, if that makes sense. Like eating raw, fasting, whichever one that looks like for me, that's what I do. And I do that every single month. Because that's just like, as a woman in our design, and when you start to learn about like the connections between the foods that we're eating and why we're supposed to eat certain things at certain times of the month, between like our progesterone and our estrogen and being higher or lower and everything else, then you understand the importance of why it is important for you to cleanse around a being higher or lower and everything else, then you understand the importance of why it is important for you to cleanse around a being higher or lower and everything else, then you understand the importance of why it is important for you to cleanse around a being higher or lower and everything else, then you understand the importance of why it is important for you to cleanse around a certain time. Whoops, I don't know if y'all heard me or not, but that cut out. It was telling me that my phone's on 20%. But a lot of people are not getting the full nutrients. A lot of women are not getting the full nutrients that they need. About the same. Yeah, about the same. I probably eat more vegetables than I do fruits. About the same. Yeah, about the same. I probably eat more vegetables than I do fruits. Twice. What in the world? What in the world? Hold on, y'all. Vegetables than I do fruits. Twice. What in the world? What in the world? Hold on, y'all. Twice. I've never had that happen. But yeah, I probably eat more. I don't know if you heard me because it tried to play me. But probably eat more veggies than I do fruits. Even though I eat them about the same, I feel like I eat more veggies just because I eat a whole lot of chickpeas. And then like my dinners are usually based off of just veggies. Like I really like only fruit that I really like cook with is like jackfruit. I mean, like I air fry apples and stuff like that, but like mainly for like dishes for dinner, it's usually just veggies. Like majority of my stuff is veggies. because like I eat a lot of lentils. I eat a lot of what's another thing that I eat a lot of? Mushrooms. That's what it is. Mushrooms. I eat a lot of mushrooms. So it's like I have a lot of legumes, beans. That's what I eat a lot of. So a lot of veggies. A lot of veggies. If anybody has any questions, y'all can drop your questions down too. If anybody has any more questions. We covered we covered what's in the cauliflower. So we're just going to sit here and we're going to put these on the tray. I'm going to show you that, and then we're going to call it a live. I think I've done with my whole little spiel. But like I said, drop your questions if you have any. And if you are looking to get into my program, it is linked in my bio. You can go check that out and you can sign up for that program. We will have a, for anybody that signs up for the program, we will have an initial meeting before we actually start, just to get on the same basis and to understand what the goal is, what we're doing, what we're going through already currently, and just to, you know, touch base and to touch bases and to understand what I expect, what you expect, could just to touch base on the fact that, like, the reason why my price is what it is for the program is for you to understand that I don't want you to get into this program and decide that you don't want to do it. I don't want you to get into this program and decide that you're going to get the program, you're going to get all the information and then do nothing with it. I don't want you to sit here and use this as diet culture like Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers and do it for a month or two and then you don't want to do it after and you no longer sit there and do it. I want this to be something that changes your lifestyle completely, because you change your habits, because you understand why you need to, because you understand what the importance is and the way that the world is going, and you see what's going on. And so I'm not here just for a money grab. I'm here for the people that actually are seeking solutions and they don't know where to get it far as Western medicine. So now they're trying to get back to holistic living, because Western medicine will never allow you to heal. And so this is the program that is going to help you be able to see the healing and also establish the lifestyle and the habits that you're going to need for you to be sustainable. Because I wouldn't be here almost 4 years, which will be 4 years in October, in this lifestyle if it was not sustainable, if it was difficult, if I was struggling, I would have quit. I wouldn't have kept going. I wouldn't be promoting it to other people. I wouldn't be telling my other family members to do the same. I wouldn't be showing them recipes. Like, I wouldn't be promoting it, because I'm not that kind of person that's going to try to sit here and sell something that I'm not doing myself. And so that is the whole point of the Bloom to Thrive program, if you have not tapped into that. And if you are a high earning woman, you are a CEO, or if you are just stressed the heck out and you need help, the Thrive as a CEO program is basically the same, but it goes deeper into managing your lifestyle and the business that you're running, or the business that you work at, the corporate job that you work at, and allow you to understand 4 years. I'm going to be plant-based in October. It will show you exactly how you can do that through that Thrive as a CEO program, and to do it and to help you be able to cope with the stress too, because those are all the tips and all the help that I dealt with working with kids for 5 years and dealing with the stress of school. And I need to get this cauliflower off my hands, so I don't want to touch anything, but all the other things, and just to be able to help you understand how to release the stress and do healthy coping mechanisms that also establish you having healthy coping mechanisms with food. Because a lot of women that are stressed out in these high earning jobs or running a business, you're also stressed out and using your coping mechanism as food, not realizing that's not healthy and it's not helping you, especially if you are a high earning woman, because they're just waiting for your downfall. They're just waiting for you to mess up so that they can give the job to somebody else. But when you're a peak top game far as your job and your health is at its peak, there's nothing that's going to be able to stop you. And so thanks for the follow. That's a program that's going to help you. You can get a Klarna, Affirm, or Afterpay. If you were just stressed out overall, that'll also support you. And the Bloom to Thrive program, that's why I said they go hand in hand. They're basically the same thing. It's just one focuses on more stress components. The other one focuses on plant-based eating, which they both have what I have in the Bloom to Thrive. But the CEO is more tailored to stress and understanding and establishing healthy coping mechanisms. But the Bloom to Thrive is plant-based eating, understanding how to make your own medicine, understanding how to sustain the lifestyle, understanding how to make your own sustainable products, and supporting you through that step by step, and having an accountability partner so that you can feel supported through that and you know that you have support, and giving you the education as well as the experience. So when you walk out of that program, boom, you know how to do it all. I'm going to rinse my hands off and I'm going to show you the baking tray really quickly. Gotta get all that cauliflower off my fingers. Okay. So this is what our tray is looking like. Let me show you. If I can figure out how to spin this. I feel like how do I spin it? How do I spin it? Oh, flip camera. All right, so this is our little tray. Remember, this is just the veggies. This is just our little tray for our veggies. And then our chickpeas are in the air fryer ready to go. So we're going to set our air fryer really quickly. Oh goodness, I do this every time I hit the wrong button. I do it as a fry setting, and I'm gonna turn down the heat. Hold on, pause. Why is it making that noise? I think it's one too low. I was like, why is it making these noises? Because it's one too low. You said any tips for lowering your cortisol? The same thing that, hold on, 1 second, let me, because I'll forget what I'm doing and then be sitting here like, what am I supposed to be doing? Turn this down. And turn down to 370. Why is it rattling like that? What is going on? I have never heard it make all these noises before. I'm not liking it. Oh, it was that. Okay, it wasn't the air fryer. It was something sitting on top of it. I was like, why is it making all these noises? Okay, the same thing we've talked about this entire live. Focusing on eating real whole foods and using food as your nutrients is the best way for you to lower your cortisol without any medication, without you dealing with any other stress of trying to figure out how to lower it with this supplement or this whatever. Use food as your medicine and know how to make plant-based meals. If you are struggling with anything that has to do with your health, cooking a plant-based meal and understanding how to make a plant-based meal is the way for you to help your body reset and heal itself. Understanding how to do healthy fasts, if that's something that you desire and that your body is really like able to do, because there's some people out here that swear up and down their body cannot fast, and then they actually try it and they're like, oh my goodness, this changed my life. And it's like, yes, because there's a period of time that you were supposed to go without eating every single day. You sitting there waking up, and as soon as you wake up eating breakfast and breaking your fast, and you sitting there as soon as you get up deciding that now you need the most sugared up coffee possible in order for you to be alive and awake, know that you are not only disrupting the process of your body allowing itself to reset, but you are also sitting there disrupting the process of your body, getting that water that you need as soon as you start the day. Water from actual water, H2O, drinking it, H3O, whatever you want to say. And then also getting the water from fruits, because that's where you get your H3O, because a lot of people are sitting there trying to add different things to their water, getting all these electrolyte waters. You don't need any of that crap if you are actually eating your fruits, because that's where you get the natural water sources from, your fruits. If you're worried about the water and its contamination, eat more fruits. I still have my water bottle that is amazing. It's my Epic water filters. I'm not sponsored. That filters out all the crap in my water, so I can drink and get water from anywhere. I haven't paid for a water bottle in like 3 years. I have not bought water in like 3 years because I always have my water bottle. I can fill up anywhere. I can literally go to the lake and decide, okay, I'm gonna fill up my water bottle. Do I do it? No, but I could. You want to do a fruit for 3 days? If you've never done it before, I would start out. Take it easy on yourself first. Hold on, let me put this in the oven. If you've never done any type of food cleanse before, I would start out easy on myself, and I would start with I have a cleansing and detoxing ebook that will support you, but this is just a little freebie tidbit. Yeah, I was about to say, so you already did it. So what I preference to you, in order for you to not be hungry and for you not to feel weak, I would not, first of all, if you come from eating meat and dairy and you still live that lifestyle, a cleanse is not going to support you in lowering your cortisol and staying there, or you being healthy and staying there. This has to be a regular thing, and you eat more fruits and vegetables than the crap that you are currently eating. And no herb is going to help you if you're still eating meat or dairy. It will not support you the way that you're needing to. If you were fatigued, if you were tired, if you were weak, if you were sluggish, you were not getting the nutrients that you need. And I just showed you that even though these were all veggies, you could still get nutrients from the fruits and the vegetables that you need, every nutrient that you need without meat and dairy. And so that means you weren't getting something that you need. And so if you were sitting there feeling weak and fatigued and tired, you weren't getting the proteins that you need. And there are fruits with proteins. And so this is what I teach you through that detoxing and cleansing ebook that I have. You learn everything that I do during my cleanses and how I did it, and literally how I got myself reset. Because within the first year, I think it took me about 6 months to 8 months to really convince myself to do a week cleanse, because I was like, I really just cannot do it. I thought I couldn't do it. Doing the 3-day watermelon fast was enough for me. I was like, I did it. I made it through. I could do it again. But a week, that seemed crazy to me. So I did it with a friend. And what I did was I ate an avocado. Every time I got hungry, I had an avocado. Even if, like, I didn't necessarily eat it, but I had it for me just to give me the comfort to say, okay, at least I have an avocado. And if you don't like avocado, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say at that point. I don't know what to say. But that's what I did. I gave myself some seasoning. So I allowed myself to have a limited seasoning of just pepper and paprika. That was the only 2 seasonings that I could have. And I would sprinkle a little bit on my slices of avocado, and I'd eat that. And so I did that, and the first day I was cool. I didn't eat any avocados. The second day I was cool. I ate 1 avocado. The third day was my worst day. I was starving. I had 2 avocados at lunch. I think I had another avocado for dinner with all the other fruits that I ate in between. That was my most hungry day. But by the 7th day, I was telling my coworker, I was like, I could go for another couple of days if we really wanted to, but I had told myself I was going to give myself a treat, and I had hyped it up. It was supposed to be a really, really good dish at this vegan spot that I eat at, and so I went and I gave me a little treat and I ate there. But I do that regularly. Every single month I do a cleanse. So it's like those little treats and those little moments where I go out to eat, and maybe I am coming in contact with the soy product, even though I don't eat soy, or I come in contact with corn because I don't eat corn on a regular basis. These are the simple things that you can enjoy in moderation. That's actual moderation, because a lot of people say they eat in moderation and they don't. That you can actually enjoy in moderation and still not be sick. Because that's the thing, when you eat all of this crap, for instance, you eat your fried food and you feel like crap afterwards, and then you get sick within a day or two, realize the fact that you've been doing terrible habits before then. So that just amped up the issue. And so, like I said, if you're feeling weak, that means you're lacking something, because I never felt weak. Even on my watermelon cleanse, I didn't feel weak. I felt energized. I felt great. That means that you're lacking something beforehand. And that means that the cleanse is not actually getting to the root issue of it, or it's trying to at least, and going back to your old habits is not supporting you in healing. So we have to focus on healing. But I'm going to hop off here now that everything is in the oven. I'm going to post on my story the aftermath, because like I said, it's going to take like 30 minutes for this to cook, and 30 minutes of us just sitting here. We could chit chat for 30 more minutes. We've already been in here for an hour and a half. So you are so welcome. All of my past lives are posted on my YouTube. Like I say this every single live. Just go subscribe there if you have not already. If you do not want to miss when I go live and you want to know, I do have an email list. We have our Wellness Woman Wednesday that comes out every single Wednesday, and I tell you when I go live, so you know, so you don't miss it if you don't have your TikTok notifications on. And yeah, I give you plenty of tips, and that's the way for you to get in contact with me. If they do take TikTok from us, go follow me on my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube, whatever, and get on that email list, because that'll be the first person, you'll be the first person I contact is my email list, to let you know, like, hey, they took TikTok, we're going to here for lives. Like, you know what I mean? So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their night. We will be, tomorrow's Thursday. I don't know if we'll be back live tomorrow, but their night. We will be, tomorrow's Thursday. I don't know if we'll be back live tomorrow, but we'll be Friday for sure. I hope everybody has a blessed rest of their night, and I'm gonna post on my story the aftermath of the food. So stay tuned to that, and